We're coming on the air tonight with breaking international news. The U.S. has bombed Iran, the first direct strike ever by the American military on an Iranian target. And it's a departure for a president who campaigned on America First principles, promising to stay out of international conflict. The president spoke just a short time ago, calling these strikes a, quote, spectacular military success. He said American missiles destroyed Iran's nuclear capabilities, and he's now demanding that Iran come back to the bargaining table.
This cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left, but if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill.
So this is obviously a developing situation tonight. We will learn more in the days to come. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu thanked President Trump tonight for being a, quote, great partner. Iranian leaders promised tonight they will not stop their nuclear work. We also spoke to an expert on Middle Eastern policy, asking her thoughts in the immediate aftermath of this attack.
We may expect in the next 48 hours retaliations from Iran. And if that's the case, then we have to ask which kind of retaliation. One of the possibility is that, of course, the Iranian could try to block the Strait of Hormuz. We know it's a key artery for global oil supplies, and that would send energy prices soaring and ripple through the global economy, worsening inflations and disrupting even supply chains. That is if they choose to do that, which will be against their own interests as well. But they could also target military bases in the Gulf.
Those were just two retaliation examples Dr. Ishai gave us, along with the potential of continued attacks on Israel. President Trump said he hopes Iran will decide to come back to the negotiating table. I asked Dr. Ishai if that's likely. Maybe. Or maybe things continue to escalate. Again, let's see how the next couple days go. Here at home, Democrats are promising checks and balances on the president's military power. Colorado Democratic Congressman Jason Crow, a former U.S. Army officer, wrote on social media tonight that Trump broke a promise to prevent America from entering new conflicts. He accused the president of exceeding his authority, which is a claim also echoed by other Democrats like Denver Congresswoman Diana DeGette. Republicans, though, are cheering tonight. Congressman Jeff Hurd, Republican representing Colorado's southern and western communities, wrote tonight he fully supports actions taken to prevent an evil regime from being able to harm us, Israel, and our other allies. We will certainly continue to cover the impact of these strikes. Make sure to tune in for the latest coverage starting tomorrow at 6 a.m., or you can also download the 9 News app for your smartphone. Our major local story today, after hitting 100 degrees today, tomorrow's forecast high in the low 90s. Going to feel downright cold. In Denver, families headed out to Confluence Park to cool off in the water. Up in the mountains, some trails are still covered in snow. The National Park Service says elevation could offer more than just some scenic views this weekend.
Some of the national forests around Rocky Mountain National Park might be alternatives to get up into that high elevation and jump into one of those refreshing alpine lakes, which is a great way to escape the heat down here in Denver.
No matter where you are this weekend, hydration is key. Over at Empower Field, organizers for tonight's The Weekend concert told us they beefed up medical staff and added more than 30 water refill stations. Corey Reppenhagen joins us now with a look at your Sunday forecast, which is going to be like a blizzard compared to today.
I mean, it's a huge improvement. We're dropping down to what we would say is a little less extreme heat into the 90s. But look at this, temperatures that were reported across us here today. 100 degrees again across the area. We hit 100 degrees for the second day in a row here in downtown Denver. The airport, which is our official station, 98 degrees today. Western Slope maybe shaved a couple of degrees off of that today. But it's a beautiful night, still a little bit warm out there, 88 degrees in downtown Denver, 80 at the airport. We're going to have another hot day. There's no doubt about it. We'll be in the 90s again tomorrow, but nowhere near what we have seen in the past. So here's your forecast for Sunday. Lots of sunshine. So that even makes that heat feel even hotter when you have the full-on sunshine bearing down on you, which we will have once again. Temperatures maybe stopping in the low 90s for us. So So I think noticeably, you'll notice that the difference in 98 and 93 for sure. Here's the forecast: high temperatures across the area, a pleasant day in the mountains, 71 in Winter Park, 90s across the board. We may squeeze out 100 or so in some areas, but we will see a lot fewer 90-degree readings tomorrow, and things are looking up. We'll have 70s in the next 2 days. So we'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes, Jenny.
All right, can't wait for that break. Thanks, Corey. A Denver art show is bringing people together not just to celebrate creativity, but to also honor a life lost too soon. 9 News reporter Evan Krugel joins us with how one father is now turning tragedy into purpose and inspiring others to do the same. Evan?
Yeah, Jenny, it's been 5 years since Isabella Thallas was killed in Denver's Ballpark neighborhood. The model and artist had just turned 21. And while Bella may be gone, her family is now making sure her legacy lives on.
I just love their shape. They're humans in my paintings.
Artwork has a way of sparking conversation.
I can give you one of my cards. I do flowers, I do landscape.
For Banaz Ahmadian, these moments matter, forming connections over color, canvas, and culture.
I'm originally from Iran, and so a lot of that comes through my art.
Her paintings pour out pieces of her past and help quiet the noise of the present, fitting for an art show titled More in Common.
We look different, we talk different, but we have a lot more in common. And it's that humanity inside of that's really important.
Not everyone here shares Banaz's talent.
My art is showcased in old rusty cars. So
Josh Thallas is here because of a connection to an artist.
yeah, she was. She loved arts of all kinds.
One who can't be here.
It's a leftover love for somebody that's not here.
This month marks 5 years since his daughter Isabella Joy was shot and killed while walking a dog with her boyfriend in the Ballpark neighborhood.
And for us, it feels like it was yesterday. So the grief is the leftover feelings of love. And to embrace that, I think, is huge.
Josh decided to launch a nonprofit and has given tens of thousands of dollars away to help young artists. Tonight's fundraiser is one of the largest yet, with artists like Jared DePaulo donating 30% of sales to Bella's cause.
This is all about her, you know, she's heavy on the mind, and
Jared never met Isabella, but her story moved him.
it's hard, it's a crazy story, and I hold it so dear to my heart. Sorry I'm getting so emotional, but it's a beautiful thing. I'm crying because it's beautiful. I'm just so grateful for everybody that's here and showing up. It feels really special to be a part of something like this.
Josh wishes he was here to support his daughter, not just her memory.
Yeah.
But her spirit and her story live on through every brushstroke.
You know, this is a great way to keep pushing a human being's soul forward. You know, her legacy lives on long after her life here on Earth. So I think it's awesome.
To date, the Isabella Joy Thallas Foundation has donated around $100,000 to art programs and young artists across the state. They have more events planned soon, including a big fashion show honoring Bella later this summer. Jenny?
It's a really lovely way to honor her.
Yeah, really lovely to see all of that tragedy turn into triumph in so many different ways. She was a big artist. Now she's paying it forward through her family.
All right, thanks for sharing that story, Evan.
You bet.
The man accused of throwing Molotov cocktails at a Jewish gathering in Boulder will be back in federal court Friday. Mohammed Solomon faces federal hate crime charges as well as attempted first-degree murder charges at the state level. Meantime, his family is now in the Dilley Family Detention Center in Texas. His wife and her 5 children, ages 4 to 18, say they knew nothing about Mohammed's planned attack. Their lawyers are calling for their release. The Trump administration says they will be deported.
I have spoken to the family a number of times. I don't think that this family has begun to process the trauma of what they've gone through. The government cannot detain you because of who you happen to be related to. That is not a lawful purpose for detention, and it's something that we feel is an absolutely critical line that has to be drawn in the sand.
People currently living in the Texas facility describe it as scary and harsh. A lawsuit filed this week claimed adults were fighting with children to get access to clean water. Federal officials have denied these allegations from Solomon's family. In a letter to our partners at the Denver Gazette, DHS leaders said, quote, ICE facilities comply with performance-based national detention standards.